Hey guys, it's your favorite Unc here. Go ahead and click that subscribe button below so you don't miss a single episode of Nightcap. That button right here. Come for the sports, stay for the stories. Glen Big Baby Davis was sentenced to 40 months in prison on Thursday for defrauding the league's healthcare plan. The 38-year-old Davis was also sentenced to 3 years supervised release. In November, Davis was found guilty of healthcare fraud, wire fraud, conspiracy to make false statements, and conspiracy to commit healthcare and wire fraud, and faced 20 years in prison. Federal authorities said Davis and others defrauded the insurance plan of the NBA players and family members of more than $5 million in a scheme that lasted 4 years. The players would make false claims to dental service, various medical, but those services were never provided. Davis submitted a total of $132,000 worth of claims, including he got $27,200 worth of dental work at a Beverly Hills dentist office in October of 2018. Authorities said he was actually living in Vegas at the time, flew to Paris that same day using the geolocation data for his cell phone to prove it. But Davis doesn't seem too concerned because about his punishment. Take a listen to what he had to say this afternoon.
Damn. I got a cold imagination, though. You know, I do that actor shit. I got a cold imagination. I'm gonna have to choke the chicken in the bathroom. That's crazy. I'm gonna be swole, though. I swear to God, I'm about to get in so much shape. Oh, God. That's the only way you can stop me from eating hamburgers is put me in jail. That's what God said. I'm gonna stop you eating hamburgers. I'm gonna put you in jail. You don't want to stop eating hamburgers and Cheetos? You're going to jail. So now, I'm gonna come to Rock.
Oh shit, man!
I guess the best thing you can do is Ocho is make light of the situation.
Why, Unc? I was just getting ready to say the same thing, man. He making light of the situation, taking it on the chin the best way he can, obviously. But it all stems back to what I
better hope he don't take it on the other end.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but it's one thing. This goes back to what I always say when I always speak on taking care of your chicken, like Marshawn Lynch says, taking care of your money when you're in the league, taking care of yourself, man, so you don't end up in situations like this. We have to do anything having to do with fraud, for that matter, and having to find loopholes in the system to use it to do some of the things that you enjoy in life. Getting your teeth done, flying to
Get
Paris.
them done while you in the league.
I mean, I'm just
Ocho, why you wait till you out? Ocho, you know the team pay, because when I first got to the league, Ocho, the medical wasn't like it is currently for the NFL players.
Yeah. I
went and sat my black ass in the chair every Tuesday because back then I think the NFL only paid like 10% of dental because they deemed what I was getting was cosmetic. Right, they're not doing for cosmetic. Now, if I had to have a teeth or had a root canal or something like that, but since I was getting veneers, they deemed that cosmetic, and they really didn't want to play for anything. So I ended up having to get root canals and then veneer. But why would my point? The thing that I hate most is that when you defraud a system, and I get it, we shouldn't do it. But what about the other players? Because now you make it hard because, Ocho, we heard cases of how players that really needed in benefits when NFL players try to do the exact same thing. Oh, yeah. And when players actually needed it, they was turned away. And these jackasses that was 100% healthy, that didn't need it, that they wasted their money because they had 5 chicks, they had 6 homes, they had 12 cars, they blew all their money, and now you messing it up for somebody else. I don't feel sorry for them. I do not.
Listen, this is a great example. This is a great example. And people laugh at me when I've been preaching. I've been preaching Unc for now, but damn near 20 years. Damn near 20 years. It's impossible to maintain the lifestyle that you're afforded to live when you're playing the game. You lose sight of reality. You lose sight of logic. You lose sight of common sense, being able to budget and feeling that this money will always be coming in because you make hundreds of millions as an NBA player. You got to take care of your chicken. You got to. You got to save for a rainy day because you're going to end up in situations like this where you want to continue to maintain that lifestyle even when you're done playing and it's impossible to do, Unc.
Yes.
It's impossible. There is nothing. Chat, stay with me real quick now. Stay with me real quick. Think about what can you do in life in general as an athlete. I'm just going to throw a figure out there where you could make 250,000, 350,000, or 650 a week. A week, Unc. In a 6-month span. What can you, there's nothing you can do. So you got to plan accordingly. If you're making 100 million, have a 5-year goal, or have somebody that you trust with your finances and setting things up to make sure you don't. Hell, even I had a budget when I was playing.
Yeah,
and I refuse.
You better.
Yeah, I refuse to go over that budget. I refuse to go over that monthly budget, and I would hope I didn't. So whatever I didn't spend, it can fall into the next line for the next month, and I got a little extra to spend. But you get caught up in the lifestyle, you get caught up in the chicks and the jewelry and the IG and trying to look like you got people. And trying to impress. Dog, Unc, it ain't worth it, man.
No.
It ain't worth it, man.
Because if you think about it, Ocho, because here's the thing is that I don't know how NFL, baseball, NBA players, maybe they get paid. But you get a check basically from September until the end of the season.
Yes, sir.
And if you make the playoffs, you get playoff money, but it's not nearly the money that you make in the regular season, unless you're one of those lesser tier guys. One of those lesser tier guys, the playoff money might be more than what they're actually getting during the course of the week.
Yes, sir.
But with that being said, okay, I get money from September to, let's just say, January, the end of January. September, October, November, December, January, February. So let's just say to end of January. So that's 5 months. I'm going to get money.
Right.
February, March, April, May, June, July, August. Ain't no money coming in.
Nah.
Are you still living in that apartment? Do you still have a mortgage? Do you still have car payments? If you have kids, are those kids still going to daycare? Are they in private school? So because you still spending like from September to January, but ain't no money coming in from February through August. So now what? So imagine that. Now I'm saying you playing in the NFL and you got a 5-month period in which money is coming in. Now you leave the league. Where the money coming in at, Ocho?
It ain't. It ain't.
Hold on. So you mean to tell me you ain't got no money coming in, but you still big balling? You still buying bottles? You still got tables?
Yeah. And then
you still traveling?
Yeah. A lot of people have this mindset. They love to throw the word investment out. I'm not a gambling man. I'm not a bet man. But investments are cool. Some are high risk, low reward. And I've heard so many horror stories about people that are investing in this, investing in that, expecting a quick turnaround, hoping that later on in the future that this investment, it turns into fruition. 9 times out of 10, it really never works that way. I'm just being honest. It never works that way, because if it did work that way for all the athletes that make all this money when they're playing, then the ability to sustain the lifestyle that many portray, you would see it. It would be shown. And if you look at it through every era of football, you ever notice once players stop playing the game of football, that the lifestyle has to change? It has always changed. Can you show me, Unc, one player from your era, and I'm thinking of those that are in my era, that still live the exact same lifestyle, if it was flashy, if it was above their means, that when they were doing their playing days, and continue to live it once they were done playing?
No.
It's impossible.
No.
Man, I got my ass straight in year 3.
Yeah.
In year 3, I had already made up in my mind, you know what, while I'm still playing, you know what I'm going to be able to do? I'm going to live a certain lifestyle right now.
Yeah.
And I'm going to stick to it, because I thought to myself, hell, if I can get my name just as big, stay with me now, if I can get my name, just my name alone, just as big as anything I can purchase, then there would be no need for me to need all the accessories and the aesthetics. There's no need for the high-end fashion. There's no need for the Lamborghini and the Rolls Royce because, bitch, I'm Ocho. So I got my name to a point where none of the fucking glitz and glamour mattered because wherever I went, you already knew who it was.
Right.
So it wasn't necessary as opposed to others. Well, you know what I mean? NFL, everybody doesn't know me because I don't have the visibility. I always have a helmet on. So I have to put on the accessories for the attraction to get who I want. Hey, look, I'm in NFL. And if I can get players to understand, if you can handle your business on the field, it's a little different now because everybody's a brand and you got social media and all this stuff. I didn't have that. So I had to build mine I had to get mine out the mud.
Ocho, people in the chat say, I seem judgmental. Because a guy that was in the NBA,
right?
Let's just say for the sake of argument, Big Baby made $50 million.
Yeah.
Let's just say for the sake of argument, he made $50 million. How am I judgmental? Am I supposed to say, oh, I feel bad for Big Baby? He made $50 million.
Hey,
okay.
Tell the chat, tell the chat real quick. Do me a favor. Look at the stats. Look at the stats on the number of NBA players that go broke once they're done playing. 2 years removed.
Look at NFL players.
NFL. Look at the stats for the NFL players that go broke once they're done playing.
Hey, no, I'm not judging him. It's dumb. He dumb. He wasted his money. Yep. You can't get mad at me because Ocho and I are pointing out the things that guys did that caused them to be in this situation. He chose this. You get mad at us. You're not mad at Big Baby that he defrauded a system that was in place to help him and help others. He's not the only one that's on hard times. So in other words, if I fall on hard times, damn anybody else, let me go get it. Yeah, I don't get. Sometimes I don't get us. I don't get us. Because look, I understood when I took responsibility. I had kids and had them back to back to back. They're my responsibility.
Yeah.
And as I told my agent, I had the same agent for 27 since 1996. So 28 years. September will be 28 years. I've had Marvin. And he asked me, he said, what do you want for yourself? I said, Marvin, I want to live the same lifestyle right now.
Yeah.
25 years. You got any kids? I got 3. How old? I told him how old they were. He said, well, go get me all your financials.
Yeah.
Only thing I owned was a house, Ocho. That's the only thing I had.
Right.
And cars that were already paid for. He said, well, this is what we need to do. You need to do this, 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 and this. And what you need to do is start setting up stuff for college. So make sure no matter what happens to you, the kids' college, because they shouldn't suffer. Right. Because you are reckless.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the one thing he told me. Hey, I'm going to advise you. Here's the thing about advisors. I can advise Ocho all I want to. Ocho made that money. Yeah. Ocho is going to do what he wants to do. I can offer him all the advice that I want. But if I can't make Ocho because Ocho's the one on the field taking those hits. Yeah. He told me, he said, look here, if you want to be reckless and get careless with your money and not do what I advise you to do, the kids are going to be taken care of. Okay, cool. But I said, that's not good enough. I said, I still got a grandma and I got a sister. Boom, boom, boom. So for me, and they're talking about, oh, you don't go on no vacation. That's why I didn't go on no vacation. Because that was going to cost me money. So I was going to have to play, I'm going to fly first class. I'm going to stay in 5-star hotel. Right. So now I'm spending $25,000, $30,000. Nah. I could divide it up times 3. That's the kid. So when the kids get ready to go to college, they're taken care of. Now, we're fortunate, Ocho. Yeah. We were good enough that we could talk. We can talk the game. We got great personalities. We're affable. We're likable. Yeah. That we're able to parlay that. You and I have a podcast. I have Club Shay Shay. I'm on First Take. I did CBS as soon as I left the league for a decade. I did 7 years on Undisputed. So everybody is not fortunate. Yeah. And you have to understand that. But I wasn't banking on being able to have that. So I was going to have the money that I made. I was a 7th round draft pick. Yeah. I didn't start making $1 million till like my 4th or 5th year in the league. So I had to make up. So yeah, for sure. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, this is what I got to do. And so if I'm fortunate enough that I was able to like get money from CBS for 10 years, save. Out of 2 years, now for me, Ocho, I was like, man, I really want to get back on television. I say,
Right.
but you know, and my agent was telling me, say, out of sight, out of mind. I'm thinking to myself, like, what can I do? They call around. It's like, what if you broke down 3 or 4 games,
Right.
pay for it out of your own pocket, get somebody to edit it, and put it on your own Facebook page?
Mm-hmm.
Boom, say no more. Every week, $14,000. Do 3, they edit, they cut it. Every week, that's what I did out of my own pocket. Now, mind you, ain't no money coming in.
Yeah.
That's just so I hope ESPN or somebody would notice me and say, man, I like the way he break down the game. I like the way it happened.
Yeah.
But still, even if those things didn't happen, I'm not going to defraud somebody because I know, having played in the NFL, and I've gone around enough to see guys that actually need the money. So when I go to the Hall of Fame and they say, well, Shannon, can you sign this and we'll pay you X amount of dollars? I say, don't give it to me. I don't need it. Give it to somebody that is not as fortunate or didn't play in the era in which they made the money that I made.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need nothing. I'm good. So anytime the NFL or the Hall of Fame asks me to do something and they want to pay me, just give it to the players that need it more than I do. I don't need. Shannon is good. Right. Shannon's been blessed. God has blessed Shannon. Gave me the ability to play the game for an extended period of time. He gives me the opportunity to talk, to be able to articulate my points, have a strong point of view on television. I'm good. But I don't like people to play. I don't like people to do stuff like that, man. Don't cheat the system, especially when you had an opportunity to beat the system. Yeah. Ocho, do you know how fortunate we are to play a game? That's a child's game, and you get paid a grown person's salary.
Yeah, a heavy ransom, a heavy ransom. I mean, listen, it all come down to the discipline. It all come down to financial discipline. They had the rookie symposium. I'm sure they have the resources in the NBA.
Yes.
How to manage your money, understanding how to deal with the women, understanding how to deal with the chicks. Again, fellas, a lot of fellas out there. I'm in the chat. I know some of y'all gonna see this in the NBA. Some of y'all gonna see this in the NFL. Entourages, and there's one person. They all eating off one person. That money goes fast.
Wasn't that a TV series or a movie? Entourage?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. It goes fast. I know people look at it today, especially today's game, the players that are playing right now. Oh, I'm making way more than we made when we was playing back then.
For sure.
But again, if you're making more, then you're spending more. Especially when the structure and the financial discipline ain't there. So the fact that you making way more money as opposed to when we were playing, it don't make it none. It don't make it none. It's going to run out every time. I'm telling you. So when the era that's playing right now is done 10, 11 years from now, when I'm what? I'll be 65 then. I'm still going to be living the same exact lifestyle.
Yes.
The same way.
I just hope to be living.
God, listen, God willing. God willing.
God willing. That's God it. Willing. But like I said, I understood what I wanted. I wanted my family out of the environment. My brother, that was really the only thing that my brother and we talked about. Right. We didn't really ever talk about girls or anything. He's like, man, I just want to make some money and get Granny out of this situation. Yeah, me too, man. Man, I don't know, man. That was all I thought about.
Right.
And the thing is, still to this day, like anybody that comes into my life, they understand.
Mm-hmm.
I got you.
Right.
I got your mom too. I got your mom and your dad. But you best believe Mary Alice Dixon, Cheryl Sharpe.
Right.
Oh, Sterling Sharpe. Oh, absolutely. Okay. I got you. If your mom and dad need something, we good. Mm-hmm. But you best believe, don't ever. I got into a lot of this. Well, why you take? Cause this my money. You see these hips? You see this eye socket? You see this collarbone that's broken?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And when I didn't have a damn thing, I could go to my sister's boyfriend. She'd tell, hey, give Shannon $50. Mm-hmm. When I didn't have anything, my grandma was sending me $5, putting it in newspaper so they couldn't see it in the mailroom and take it. My brother made sure I had. So they good for life.
Right.
So, like I said, that's how I am. I'm always gonna rock with my family. Look, we're gonna disagree. Family disagree. My brother don't agree with everything I say. My sister don't agree. I don't agree with them.
Right.
We get upset, but guess what? They know that. Hey, they know I got them.
Yeah,
and that's the way you got to be, Ocho.